So, people, this reaction video is a little bit of a fun one because I am going to react to some YouTube drama. It's Ebuzz Central fraud. Ebuzz Central are fraud. Response to DistroTube, the Linux Tube, and everyone else. People have asked me about this. We have talked in my live stream about Ebuzz Central and how two-sided he is and stuff like that. So this is something that kinda impact my community also. And it helps if I actually turn on my fucking headset.
Better than mine. I was hoping to get this video out prior to some things coming up, but it didn't. And it seems as though in today's society, when something bad pops up, everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon and pretty much attack you. So
again, people like it. That's why 90 Day Fiancé is popular. That's why X on the Beast is Beats on the popular. That's why reality shows is popular. People love drama. Okay, that's why MTV stopped making music. You know, it was only music they did on their channel. They become a reality station because people love drama.
I'm going to give you my explanation of everything that happened and explain to you how it happened. And maybe in the future, when something like this comes up, you could actually reach out to somebody before you go on the attack and want to just smear their name. First thing I want to bring up is there was a video today dropped by DT over on DistroTube. Have nothing against him. I think he makes awesome content. And as you can see in his thumbnail, my YouTube page is there. And it says, is your favorite YouTuber a fraud? And the other one I want to talk about is Ebuzz 2, which is basically calling out Ebuzz Central or Ebuzz, aka Troy Holt, as blatant plagiarism. The first thing I do want to discuss is about a month ago, I had made the decision that I wanted to start doing a little bit different content on top of my distro reviews, app reviews, etc. I have worked with a gentleman, and as you can hear me say, I worked with a gentleman for over 8 years in my IT business. Great techie, great mind, and he minored in journalism. And I told him my ideas of the things that I wanted to do, and he offered to me to do a...
Wait. So, he worked with a person in IT for many years that minored in journalism. Unless that person have up-to-date experience working with journalism, I don't care if you got your degree 5 or 10 years ago, it's irrelevant if you've not worked in this field for 9 or 10 years. I have a mechanic degree. Or I think you would call it a mechanic degree. I've not worked on cars professionally in 15 years. I'm not a mechanic anymore. Yes, I have the basic knowledge. I could, re-qualify for it. But if you have not worked in the field that you have your exercise in, I was about to say, your degree of what it is. And like, let's say you get a degree in astrophysics and you go and flip burger for 20 years. Yes, you probably know more about astrophysics than most people. But that don't mean that you're up to date with what's going on. And if you are a journalist, journalists don't understand social media. That's why you rarely see, newspaper journalists, blog posters be successful on social media. They don't understand it. You want to do something on YouTube that's a social media. You should not talk to a journalist, okay? You go talk to a successful YouTuber. Because unless that journalist have a successful YouTube channel or Twitch stream, it means nothing. What works in traditional media don't work on social media. This is the first problem that he have. Let's see what he's saying here.
A couple scripts, see how they worked out, and I could place videos off of those. The reason I was wanting to get somebody else to do it is I am a single father of 5.
So, he says he's a single father of 5. Who gives a fuck? Your home situation has nothing to do with how you do videos. Nothing. I'm a disabled fucking handicap according to what handicap is associated with. I'm a disabled handicapped person making YouTube videos. Should I get special treatment? No. There is a lot of single dads, single moms, veterans, people with massive disability making YouTube and online content. Should they have special treatment because they are a little bit harder set in their day-to-day life than, let's say, a married couple? What I hear right now is excuses for making bad decisions. Like I said, if you're being called out for doing bad shit, own it. Own up to it. Yes, I thought I was doing the right thing. Apparently not. Or I misjudged this and blah, blah, blah. He is setting up excuses to excuse what he's doing. That's what this sounds like. I haven't seen the video. But all I've heard until now, one, it's not my fault. It's the other person's fault. And I'm a single father of 5. He could be a single father of 5, but I watched a video from him that's a couple of months old where he talked about getting into Linux mainly. He was laying in bed and telling his wife how great Linux is. And that video is not that old. So unless he was talking about his wife in a I still love her, I can't get over her manner, or he was still married at that time. But even if that's not the case, that should have no impact in how you're doing what you're doing online. From 1 minute and 40 seconds, this kind of tells me that he's doing the DSP thing. It's everyone else's fault. I've done nothing wrong.
Children, okay? That's not your problem. That's mine. I have to deal with that.
Don't talk about it then.
I run 2 separate businesses. I run an IT business and I run a mobile promotion business for small businesses.
Again, has nothing to do with your fucking YouTube channel. Like I said, he's making excuses. I can't handle people making excuses. No one can use excuses for everything other than himself. The only person in life all of these excuses going to matter to is him. If he's calling me a dipshit and slapping me in the face, I have 2 businesses, I had a bad business partner, I'm stressed out at work, you still slap me in the face. Should I just be okay with you slapping me in the face because you're stressed out? What he's telling me right now is that he should probably not have been doing YouTube. That's what he's telling us right now.
Don't have issues across the board. I do business above board and work with lots of different businesses. And I work with a lot of different small businesses.
Who gives a fuck?
But when you work with somebody for 8 years, you think you know who they are. You truly do. So I took him up on his offer. He wrote what I thought were a couple great scripts. You know, once you get done being dad, doing your work, coming home in the evenings, laying down a video, getting it edited, and then uploading it the next day, and you just, you keep going. You work. That's what you do.
So who's the CEO of Ebuzz Central? You are. It's on your fucking labs. And this gets me really frustrated. It's on your fucking lab to validate and check your work. What he basically wants, what it sounds like he did is like, okay, I want to do a YouTube channel. Can you do a script for me so I don't have to fucking think of my own words? So I can just edit. Basically, he's making someone else's YouTube channel then. He's just the editor. It's the stupidest thing that you could do is just say, hey, Bob over there, I've known you for 8 years or 10 years. Can you write me a script and I would just blatantly fucking read it out and put it on YouTube? Of course you don't do it like that. Come on, man.
All of you out there that are listening to this video probably know what I'm talking about. Well, Wednesday, I'm in the mezzanine of a client's building running cable. And
again, irrelevant.
And I get a notification on my phone. There's been a copyright claim on my channel.
Okay.
And I was froze. I stopped. So I opened it up, and it was one of the videos that he had scripted for me. So I immediately went through what was in the video. Maybe it was a picture. Maybe it was something like that. I had to complete my work. And then I got a notification, or I got a comment on the video from Jack Wallen, who did an article for ZDNet. So I went ahead and immediately had to find out what was up. So after some investigating, I found out that it wasn't just one script, it was 2, that this gentleman that I had entrusted, that I have worked with for 8 years, that was a minor in journalism in college.
It don't fucking matter. DSP or fucking Linux YouTubers. I done nothing wrong. I've done everything correct. I don't care if it was your wife or your girlfriend that you fuck 5 times a day. You check the fucking work if you are the CEO of your channel. I am surprised that he can have 2 successful businesses if he wants a YouTube channel like this. Or else he's been really fucking lucky. This is the stupidest thing they can ever do. I don't care who the fuck it is. If you're doing something with friends that have anything to do with money, where one of you are getting money out of it, have a contract. I don't care if it's your wife, your lover, your gay lover, or what the fuck it is. If you're going into business with your friends or your family, have a fucking contract.
It said he could help me out, had pretty much plagiarized 2 different articles.
And it kind of makes sense now when I think about it, when I watched his videos, because I was like, when I've done a few reaction videos to his videos, I'm like, do you even know what the fuck you're talking about? Because what you're saying don't make sense. It don't even make sense. Like, what he is saying did not make sense to the articles that he was reading. So it sounds a little bit to me, if he's just reading off a script, it sounds a little bit like the guy making the script has no fucking idea what Linux is and what the article was about. He just found an article, skim-read it, and then made an opinion and wrote down those opinions without really understanding what the articles are really about. Because all his videos have always seemed to be really, really badly researched. You should never blindly trust anyone just because they say X, Y, and Z, especially on social media and if it's a business. You are making money off this, it is a business, even though it's a hobby. If you're making one dime off something, look at it as a business because there's revenue involved. And if someone is making a dime off it, there's other people that want that fucking dime off you. If this is true, that he just blindly read up what this guy has said, Ebuzz, you are 100% the problem here then. You should have checked what that guy has been doing and saying in those scripts. If your excuse is that you don't have time, don't do YouTube then. It's that simple. If you're outsourcing work to other people, you have to validate that work. It's on you. That's not the guy writing the script for you. It's your problem. And then you can say, you know what, you should not be doing this. You're fired. Or we're not going to work together anymore. This is a you problem.
The first thing I did is I reached out to ZDNet. I got in touch with Allie and Beth. Well, I didn't get in touch. I emailed them. I haven't heard anything back. And then I also sent a message to Jack Wallen. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. And I hadn't heard back from either of them as of about 2 hours ago. And I messaged him Thursday. That was yesterday morning at 11:07 a.m., explaining the situation. And I heard back from him today. I asked him, the videos have been taken down. The person that I entrusted with writing those scripts is no longer employed with me. And that...
So that's fine. He took action and fired the person. That's good. But you are still the problem here. So he had employed this person. That means that you probably paid that person or some other agreement. You are his boss. You are responsible for the work he puts out on your YouTube channel then. So you not catching this tells me how little effort you're willing to put into this. And if it's because you don't have time, you just don't have time. You should not be doing it. This here could have been 1000% avoided if you fucking research his scripts then. No one, Linus Tech Tip, Keemstar, whoever that has writers for them, don't blatantly fucking trust the script. They have people that write the scripts and they are people that validate the authenticity of stuff. Yeah, they get stuff wrong once in a while. Everyone does. You only have one to write the script. You should be the one validating the information in that script then. This video should have been a fucking 1-minute video. Hey, I'm Ebuzz Central. I've been excused for this. Yeah, I fucked up. I had an employee. I didn't validate his work. This employee is no longer with me anymore. I'm really sorry for the inconveniences. This is not going to happen again. I hope you can all forgive me and I will try my best to do better in the future. Over. That's taking responsibility.
I would never intentionally steal somebody else's work. Never. That's not who I am. That's not my mindset.
Okay, that's not who you are. That's not your mindset. Oh, he took down his store, or is it in other videos? Let's see. Let's take this one here. Has he taken down his store? No, he has to... Oh, it's not... Wait. Is he going to address this? Let's try a newer video. Yep, he's taking down the store. That's good. He's taking down the store. That's fucking great. I hope... that's fucking amazing. I hope he talks about that here.
And he said he would forward the information to ZDNet, and I explained to him that I forwarded it to Beth and Allie as well. And once again, I do apologize. And he come back and he said, I understand. It's getting harder and harder to know who you can trust these days. And it truly is. When you have people...
We don't need all this information. Like I said, just own up to it. Yes, I just plainly trusted the person's not trust on. But in the end, I'm the boss of this fucking ship. I've dealt with it. It's not going to happen in the future. And to the people that I may have heard or something like that, I've talked to people in the back end. We have made it out. All he needs to say.
People that work for you, that you entrust to do things for you, they don't always have the best intentions for you. Or
that's not their problem. That's you being a bad fucking leader / boss / CEO. For fuck's sake, dude, own up to it. I hate this mentality for people. You fucked up. You fucked up because your employee fucked up. It's that fucking simple. I would not work for a guy like this, because if I do one mistake, forget to fucking put the right link to something in a thumbnail, or not a thumbnail, but a description, he will throw me under the bus, man, to save his own ass. You hired a bad person. This is you fucking up. He fucked up for doing the script, but you fucked equally up, as much up as blindly trusting him and not validating the work, which you should be doing if you're doing the work that we are doing on YouTube, or the stuff that we're doing on YouTube. You fucked up.
Others around you. Now, if you've never made a mistake in your life and you've never trusted somebody you shouldn't have trusted, I guess you can stop this video right now.
We all have, but here's the difference between you and I. If I trust someone I should not trust, and my trust in them is hurting other people, I take responsibility for it. I will go up and say to them, I failed whatever the fuck that you expected me to do. I failed that shit. I failed, it's not going to happen again, and I've dealt with the people involved in this situation. I hope we can figure something out in the future, depending on what the situation is, you know. But that's what I would have been doing. I fucked plenty of things up, but I'm like, yeah, I fucked up. Even if it's not me directly fucking up, but I was so if I fuck up at work or my work gets fucked up because I've delegated some work to other people and they fucked up, I don't go to my boss and say, fucking that. No, I fucked up. I was not a good leader, or I didn't delegate my sub part of the work that you want me to do to the right people. So it's on me. I fucked up. This fucking dude here is taking no responsibility.
But here's what I do want to say.
Fucking
is one of I'm not glad that this happened, don't get me wrong, but I am glad that this can bring to light of what's going on in the world today. Nobody knew what was going on with this whole situation. They immediately went to the bad part. They immediately said, this guy...
The DSP all over again. Dude, why do people go to the bad parts immediately? Well, it's the internet, that's how people react. But also, that's what your channel reflects. You used to have a store, I have to say used to right now. You used to have a store that were blatantly fucking copyrighted materials. Your scripts, your videos, they looked like they were not being researched correctly, and what your opinion of an article was had nothing to do with the fucking article most of the time. So if all of those things add up, and now we figure out that you was ripping other people's work off, that's more aligned to all the other work that you do. It makes sense because you're stealing other people's trademark logos. You don't put the effort into fucking make great content that actually makes sense. So yeah, it will not be out of the realm of possibility that you're also stealing other people's work. Scripts, basically. So yeah, of course people go that way, because that's what your work is proving to us, that is the likely possibility. You have not shown us anywhere that was not the likely possibility. So it is your fucking issue. It's a you problem.
Guy is this. They immediately said Ebuzz Central's a liar. He's scam artist, or whatever you want to.
You are. It's your channel. If you blindly trust people that are doing that, then by association, by owning the channel, you are the one that is part of the problem. For fuck's sake, dude.
Say about me. I wanted to take my channel to newer directions on top of what I was already doing, and entrusted somebody that I knew for 8 years, was a good employee, was helping me out when I needed it, was a journalism minor in college.
It don't fucking matter. Okay, was. Past tense. I don't care if it was fucking a Pulitzer Prize winning fucking journalist. You still have to validate their fucking work, or have other people validating their work.
That somebody I felt could put some words together and do something, and then that trust cost me this. Now, I believe that DistroTube has spoke about this. I believe that the Linux Tube has brought this up, and I believe there was another channel, Ebuzz 2 is what it's called, and he shared a video for somebody else. Here's what I want to say to all those that are actually watching this and listening. I would never intentionally steal somebody else's work. Point.
How long has he had his fucking channel? For 2 years. You probably had a store for 1 year. Let's be nice here. For at least 1 year, you willingly fucking took other people's trademark logos and sold it on your store. I call massive fucking bullshit on this. Again, If you want people to believe you, what you are saying should reflect of what you are doing. The problem with Ebuzz Central is he's saying one thing, but his actions are showing something else.
Blank period. And I find in a community where there's, you know, we always talk about how big of a community is, but at the end of the day, it is small. If something like this comes up, why wouldn't people just reach out? Why wouldn't they just say, hey, man, what's going on here? Inform us. But I can understand you want to get that video.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Yeah, maybe they should have like, hey, what's this about? Yeah, they should. But again, if you look at all your own content, where, like I said, 90% of it makes no fucking sense, and what you are saying or reacting to or reading up to is like, one thing is fucking Egypt, another thing is, I don't know, the North Pole. You know, it's that fucking, it don't make sense. So why should people, if I was DistroTube and I'm like, I have some dirt on Ebuzz Central, from looking at Ebuzz Central's YouTube channel, I would not get a straight answer out of you. You're blatantly stealing other people's trademark, or have stole other people's trademark to sell it on your store. You are blatantly making videos that are, you're contradicting yourself within the first fucking 2 minutes of the video and over and over and over again. And you're doing all of these things that show that you are a non-trustworthy person. So why the fuck should I talk to you then?
Video out there, you want to get them views. I totally understand that. I have tried to be above board with everything that I do on this channel.
You've not done a good enough job. Do better.
A mistake was made. A mistake that I'm ultimately responsible for.
Exactly. Thank you. That's all you need to say. This bit here, everything before this, forget about that. This bit here, take responsibility, you fucking fool.
Person that wrote that, I trusted him, and I promise you that will not happen again. There will be no content that's put on this.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I see this way too many times. People say, oh, I promise you this, and no. People that make those kind of promises, they tend to break a lot of promises. I will do better. I will try to do better. That's all you need to say. I take responsibility. I will try and do better.
Channel that I myself do not script, or I myself do not just go along with the flow as looking at a distribution and giving you my own words.
You actually have to fucking put work into the channel now. Ooh.
All I can do is say I'm sorry to the writers out there, and I have apologized.
Yeah, we don't need to know this. Just tell us that you have resolved the issue in the back end.
And Jack was really nice about it. He could have been really mean and ugly, but it's a situation of, in this world today, a lot of people that you get involved with don't have your best interest in heart.
Again, he's making excuses now. The taking responsibility part that I liked is now being modded by making excuses and blaming everyone else. You're not doing a good job, my friend, of making this video. This is the worst, one of the worst apology videos or explanation videos I've ever seen. You're not taking responsibility. You go from saying, yeah, eventually or in the end it's on me, but, and then you start to blame other people again. You're not taking responsibility, dude.
They're just worried about themselves. And I don't know what possessed this person to do what they did.
Basically, they have no fucking idea what Linux is, or have any interest in Linux. And again, it makes sense now that he's saying this. It makes sense why his videos is the way they are, or was the way they are.
I don't know if they thought once the channel got bigger, they could make some more money or this and that and the other. Yeah. But really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The buck stops with me. So I'm ultimately responsible for the things.
Yeah, but you've already modded that fucking... He don't believe it himself. He blames everyone else.
That are put on my channel, no matter what I say. So I ask you as a community to forgive me. I ask my viewers to forgive me. I ask my members to forgive me. And all I ask from the other Linux YouTube...
Don't ask. Again, this is another problem I have with people. Can you please forgive me? I will do better, please. It's really easy. Show it to me. It's that fucking easy. You want forgiveness. Show us you're worthy of being forgiven. You will do better. Yeah, everyone can say this. Do better, and we will believe you. It's that fucking simple. Again, he's pushing responsibility away.
Out there is when another content creator has something come up, before we go directly to that dark place, how about we shoot a message and say, hey,
yeah, it won't happen.
What happened here?
Again, if your YouTube channel looked like you were a up and up trustworthy person, that would probably have happened. And even if you were like the nicest fucking guy on earth, you know, and your channel was, as you say, up off board all over the place, a lot of times people not ask you because they want the drama, you know, they want the clicks. That's why I'm making this video. I want the clicks and the drama. Don't fool yourself. I do this for entertainment. This is a Linux entertainment. I find this highly funny. I hope that you and I learn something about it and get a little insight on how I'm looking at human and society and stuff like that. But in the end, yeah, we all do it for the fucking entertainment value of it. That's why we're doing it. If you're a YouTuber and you're not doing it for entertainment value, that's not part of the fucking equation, you are lying to yourself and your audience. No matter how fucking how-to-ish your channel is, or if you are Let's Learn to Code, you still do it as part of an entertainment. It's just not the main focus, but it's still in the back of your head.
Before we put a video out that could destroy somebody's channel, because I would never do that.
Oh, what about all the BS videos about Manjaro? What about them? This is no different than you shitting on Manjaro. No fucking different. It's just now it's happening to you, and you don't like it.
I promise you, you will never see that kind of content on my channel.
Wait, give him 6 months and you will. I'm just joking here, but show it to us.
I'm not a fraud. I've never been a fraud.
That's not what your content reflects. That's not what your action reflects. You took down your store. Props for that. But up till that, that's not what it reflected.
But I am somebody that if a mistake is made and something comes up, I will own it 100%.
Yeah, no. If you own it 100%, you will not have mentioned your past worker. You will not have mentioned that you have 2 jobs. You will not have mentioned that you have 5 kids and you're alone with them. Okay? That is to gain some sympathy. That is to make excuses so people are looking less harsh on you, blaming you less. That's not taking responsibility. If you want to own this 100,000%, hey, fam, viewers, subscribers, members, I fucked up. I have worked it out in the back end with the parties involved. I will do better in the future. I hope you will all allow me to show you all that I will do better in the future. Video over. That's owning that fucking shit.
No matter who's responsible for it. This is my channel. This is my content.
Yeah.
A mistake was made, and I own it. So...
Okay, so... He's saying this 8 minutes plus into the video. Most people are not going to that fucking bit. Most people are only watching the first 1/3 of a video. On average. This here should have been in the beginning. If he meant what he was fucking saying. If this is the most important message, that if he felt this was the most important thing that people should be hearing, he would have put it in the first part of the video. What is the first part of the video? Excuses, putting away responsibility. That tells me that's the most important part he wants people to understand. It's not my fault. And then I will take responsibility. But that also means that you don't really take responsibility. He has not taken responsibility. See you all later. Bye-bye.